So, since everybody is a little bit sleepy, we have to start with making you some exercises. Yeah, we need our warm-ups. So, before we delve into the topic, let's do a little exercise, okay? We give you 3 minutes to go around the room and collect as many business cards as you can, okay? The previous ones do not count, so do it from scratch. Try to get business cards from each other, and let's see what happens in the end. So your 3 minutes, can we have a time? Yeah, we have it. 3 minutes, start now. Please stand up, approach each other, and try to get business cards. Rob? What is this? You have to interact.
And one business card to one
Can
person.
we have some music, please? We need some engagement.
Oh. After this, introduce.
We have to engage, interact. Yeah, this is called speed run. We are making networking easy for them.
One minute to go.
Gentlemen standing in the corner, exchange business cards. Jatin, it's so easy to network. Yeah.
Last
Okay.
15 seconds.
14, 13. Last 10 seconds. I mean, I'm gonna make a snap of it too.
All right, the time is up. Let's settle down. Thank you so much for the engagement session. Let's all settle down. We'll move forward now.
Time up. Time up. Okay, we can stop the music. Time up. I did not think how we will make them sit again. Okay, now who thinks they have the most business cards?
Can you count your own business cards? How many have you collected?
It can be digital as well. 10. Okay. Anybody higher? Now I feel like the bid person. Higher? 13. 13. Okay.
So we
Anybody
have 13.
higher?
Higher than 13. 13-1.
They were throwing business
13-2.
cards. You know?
And 13-3. So finally, we have a winner here who managed to get the most of the networking session.
Yes.
Now, whether the strategy was right or wrong, that is something to discuss upon.
Yes.
But finally, we have a winner.
Maybe we can give her a mic. And I have a question for you. No. That was a specific instruction to not count the older ones. Okay. So, we were in the same room with the same number of people, but different levels of business cards. So let's hear from you, Sundas. What was your strategy? Can we have a working mic in here? Yeah, it works.
It's working
Okay.
right now. Okay, yeah. In a speedy way, I just share my card and get the other, and then I ran from empty spaces to get more cards.
Very
That's how
professional. She ran here and there, and she took and gave business card. Okay.
Yeah.
But even though this was for an activity, but let's have these business cards, connect with them later, make it real relationship. Because we spent not just money, time, effort, opportunity cost being in this event. We don't want it to be 3 days and then go into waste. Keep your touch with the organizers, keep your touch with each other, and this is exactly the small move that can lead to a big deal. If we meet again, maybe you have a story to share that, oh, I met somebody in that conference and I closed a big deal. Yeah? So thank you for your participation.
And may I
Applaud for yourself.
request you to come onto the stage and get a small token of gift from us for this wonderful acknowledgement. And so what we have done is you have basically taken the most of the opportunity. And this small time, she has managed to get 13 business cards, and we hope that from one of these, you would be able to crack a deal as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was a perfect, actually.
Thank you for participation. So let's talk about the topic now, small moves. Now we're going to break it down a lot. This is a topic, Zeeshan, that everybody is aware of. If you are in business, you know how important small moves are. Sometimes some opportunities are above profitability even. But our purpose today here is to reiterate, to reinstall in your minds how important it is. So when you go back from the event, if you see a smaller opportunity, you don't just discard it, but you remember, oh, this can become a bigger opportunity. And with that, we will start with our introductions. So my name is Anham. I am coming from an IT background, also marketing a bit, and I want to put my experiences and also hear from you. So you will have also prepare your stories to share with us on how small moves have made big deals for you. And we are going to do the same. So it will mostly be case studies, to deepen the impression of how important small moves are. And over to you, Zeeshan. You can introduce yourself.
Thank you, Anam. Good afternoon and assalamu alaikum, everyone. My parents have named me Asim Zeeshan, and I hail from India, but I was born and brought up in Saudi Arabia. And for last 25 years, I have been exposed to the marketing domain of the business. I have worked with many different companies and brands. I have worked with Nivea, Henkel, Supermax, Samsonite, Freshly, Tabasco, American Garden. And then I moved myself to the pharmaceutical industry, and I worked with Pfizer, Wyeth, Salonpas. And for last 5 years, I have been in touch with the oil industry, and I'm the marketing head for the Malaysian giant PETRONAS in Saudi Arabia. So on a lighter note, what my experience is, the amount of experience that I carry is the age of my co-panelist. And so we basically like to make it a balanced approach where we have a classical marketing experience linked with the aggressive, proactive approach of the youth.
Less patient. You have to mention that.
And what we will do is, we will share our case studies. Like I have worked with so many companies, I have done a lot of initiatives for the marketing, for the sales. See, at the end of the day, all marketing initiatives lead to sales, revenue generation. So I will not go to the bookish knowledge, but I will share the lifetime experiences, what initiatives were taken, and what have been the outcome. But before that, I guess we have prepared an interactive session.
Yeah,
so
Anam, it's coming.
Can you give more details on that?
You can hear Kahoot is coming. So get ready with your devices. Let's check your awareness on how small moves can lead to big sales. So here we will have soon the code for joining the game. Okay.
So I believe you all have Kahoot application. Otherwise, you can scan the QR code and log in with this PIN 6928807.
Music can be a bit higher. I love this Kahoot music. BNP Cafe. Ah, hi. Now I know who these people. Peggy again. Peggy. Hi. I think you got second place yesterday. Today it's first, yeah? Okay. SH. What's with the initials? Come up with crazy names. Come on. Somebody came with the code name. I would guess who it is, but she's busy. Somebody did the same thing as you, with the PIN code as the name. Okay. So, 17 players. Come on, we can do better. At least give me 20. 2 devices maybe. 18, 2 more. Who is not playing? Raise your hand.
All right, let's start the game then.
Forgiven. Okay. Okay, let's start. So, the first question. Ready? You have to press fast to win. Which company saw a significant sales increase after introducing the one-click purchase option? Very famous. eBay, Amazon, Walmart, Alibaba. 9 answers.
Pretty simple,
Yes.
and I believe majority will have the right answer.
Okay. 19 answers. There were 18 players. Okay. Let's see. Wow.
13 people have answered correctly.
I know you can't clap, you have phones.
Almost
but
75% have answered correctly. And I believe everyone knows about it. This one-click purchase option was started by Amazon way back in 1997. And let me just reiterate it, that it basically eased the purchasing time for the consumers. And the concept is that once you buy from Amazon, and you had given your billing details, your shipping details, and your payment details, then it gets recorded in their system in encrypted form. And so when next time you go there, you don't have to refill this all information. You just click one, and then the entire information is displayed, and your payment is easy, and the time frame is less. In fact, there has been a recent study as well that almost 60% of the time in the e-commerce platforms, many of the consumers leave their site at the time of payment because of this tedious process. So Amazon played this role, but it's very difficult to assess whether their sales increase in 1997 till 2007 was because of this model, but it played a very important role to attract consumers. So, and now I believe the patent is over, and you see a lot of other companies are also using the same concept. But the only difference is that they cannot use the same word one click, because it's a trademark with Amazon.
Yes.
You may find it with some other names on the
And I think
e-platforms.
that in a lot of discussions, we talked about the attention span of people. It's very less now. And every company is trying to do, oh, sell your car in 20 minutes, get your groceries in 3 clicks. So these are the terminologies being used. And this is a small move, but yet it really sells itself. So let's go to the next question.
Let us see who the winners are on the scoreboard.
Joanne, Rob.
So Joanne Reco is leading the board. Let's see.
Peggy, you're smart, huh? You're coming up again. Okay.
Question number 2.
So, next one. Small changes in business strategy are often dash and can lead to sustainable sales growth. A lot of thinking. You see that, Zeeshan? They're thinking a lot. 17. 2 people are still thinking. Okay. It's simple, but it may be a bit tricky because of the wordings. Good. So a lot of people were
It's more manageable and
less
less
effective.
risky.
So basically, it's quite simple logic. The smaller the change, the more control you have on that change, and the less risky it is. Less risk can also be time, efforts, and also cost. So if you're doing a big change, it has bigger risk and requires more management. It's going out of control. You cannot always control. So small batches, as they always say, is easier to control and have lesser risk. So the statement was a bit tricky, but this is just to check if you are awake, yeah? Okay.
I'll share an example over here to understand better. 7 years back, when we introduced PETRONAS in Saudi market, PETRONAS, again, let me just tell you, it's a lubricant, it's an oil and gas industry, but in Saudi market, we launched the lubricants, which are used in the cars industries, diesel, greases, gear oils, hydraulic, and so forth. So when 7 years back, we launched PETRONAS in Saudi market, what has happened? There was a lot of research done on how to launch it and what trade channels we had to look forward. So we had a pre-seller model, When we say pre-seller model, our customers, the B2B customers, the workshops, the puncture shops, the lube centers, so they basically are being served by the competitors through direct sales model. And we were doing the pre-seller model. The concept was we wanted to reach to many customers in one day. So the pre-seller model was that the sales executive goes to those customers, tell about the product, get the sales order done, and then come to the company at the end of the day and raise the invoices. And next day or within 48 hours, the delivery will be done. So this was the practice that we approached, following with the concept that we'll reach more customers in a day. Whereas the competition, all the big players, be it Mobil, Fox, Petroman, Total, they were following the van sales model. And the model was the van salesman goes there with the van, and the van is full of stocks. And then they make the order there and deliver the product. But that would take a long time because once you create the invoice, you have to do a lot of other activities. It has to be approved by the supervisors and all those things. So the nutshell, if you were doing 8 to 10 customers in a day, we were able to reach 18 to 20 customers. But what has happened, this backfired us. Because the day our salesman goes and he makes the sales order, he's not creating invoice, he's creating a sales order. And the next day when the delivery happened, the puncture guy or the technician, the mechanic over there says that, oh, the mobile guy came and he immediately dropped the boxes in my shop and I needed it. So we took it. And it created this kind of euphoria a lot of times. So at the end of the day, what we have to do, we have to go back, roll back this strategy and come back to the VSM model. So it was a small change. You don't have to do technically a lot of changes. The only change was instead of giving an executive car, you have to give a van to the salesman. So a small change, less risky, but was more manageable. So one just example to give you an idea as to how small changes can benefit in terms of sales revenue.
That's a really relevant example. And with that, we move to our next question. And considering we don't have much time, so...
Yeah.
Joanne
still leads the board. Let's go to the next question.
Rob is still second, and Peggy is still third. But mobility...
Let's click next on that.
E-commerce is coming up. Okay. How improving customer service affects sales?
Now, it's a very basic model, how customer service can affect sales. It does not have an impact. It can lead to decreased sales. It can lead to increased sales. It can affect online businesses. And I'm sure everyone will give the right answer. There's no doubt in that.
Two people still thinking. Good job.
I guess we need to meet the person. It can lead to decreased sales. Someone has answered. Some 2 people have answered that it can lead to decreased sales. We will have a one-to-one session with them.
Yes. How does it only affect online business? Come on. Okay, I'm not going to shame you. It's okay. So, it can lead to increased sales. Pretty simple. Imagine yourself as a customer. Okay, I'm not going to go in deep in this. This is very simple. When you get, that care from a company, when you get this feedback cycle is used. I mean, I want to use example of a hospital that somebody from our family was once admitted in a hospital, and because they had heart surgery, the food was really bland. Okay, so this was an older person and was very picky with food, did not like the food and left the hospital. So we gave it as a feedback that, hey, your food was really bland. And of course, they had a reason, but they still have to consider that people don't like to eat bland food, make some changes. And I thought, that's it. We just gave a feedback and we forgot about them. A week later, they call us back and they say, hey, listen, you dropped in a feedback and we have improved our food quality for that specific case. So if, okay, they won't invite you again for a heart surgery, but they said if you ever visit the hospital again, please leave your feedback. It's valuable, and we will remember you. It felt so good that even though the hospital was costly, but it built trust that, okay, if we say something, they listen. And you know how people are with their health. So it's also a small move. How much did it take to call us and tell us that we took your feedback, right? Did it take 10 years? No, it just takes 2 minutes from your time. So that affects sales. Instead of choosing from 10, 20 other hospitals, we want to go back to that hospital. So this is how how customer experience can lead to sales. At the end of the day, it's also a sale. So
Yeah,
we move
I'll
to
add up a very quick example over here. 2 years back when I came here, or 3 years back during COVID time, I got diagnosed with COVID here and I was hospitalized in Dubai. And I was in hospital, I believe Esther Hospital for almost 10 days. So one fine evening I thought of ordering some food because my taste buds wanted some Indian food. So I ordered a food. There's a restaurant called here Gazebo. I ordered a food and the food came with a note that you have ordered from the hospital. It seems that you are not feeling well. Can you please elaborate? I mean, how can we be in touch with you and how can we cooperate with you? So it was a very wonderful gesture which was done by them. And that has happened 3 years back. And whenever I come to Dubai, I come 2 or 3 times in a year, I always make sure that I go to Gazebo restaurant for at least one meal. So that's a very small gesture they have done, but it has created a loyal customer. So yeah.
No, that's heart-touching. Okay, next.
No change in top 3 positions, all intact.
Yes.
Tough fight going on. Let's see the next question.
Why is understanding customer behavior important? Rob, you're done already, it seems, yeah? Who is Joanne? Oh, which one are you? Yes. Okay, you're not on the leaderboard. But you are very competitive. Okay.
All right, it's a wonderful, all 15 have answered correctly.
Oh, wow.
It helps
Brilliant.
tailor sales strategies. And that is very true. I'll again give one example to understand. We were launching again, I'll give the example of PETRONAS. We hired a management consultancy firm and we almost paid $250,000 to them. And they've given wonderful presentation, all too detailed, that how many people you need to hire, what should be the strategy, how many trade channels and so forth. And we launched the product. Now, there was one study as well that many of the brands in Saudi Arabia who are into lubricant industry, they are made in Saudi Arabia. They are not being imported. Whereas we were importing from Dubai. We had a blending plant over here and then we were importing to Saudi Arabia. That study was also there. What has happened? It backfired. Why? Because the image of lubricants from UAE is not good in Saudi Arabia. Reason being, Dubai is the hub of recycled products. So people thought that a new brand has entered into Saudi market and it looks to be a recycled brand and not being blended from the virgin base oil. And that parameter, we did not take it seriously at that time. But when we started selling, when we started reaching to the customers, we realized that this has become the major block for us to sell because the trust was not there. Though PETRONAS is a big brand, Formula One Association with Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes-AMG, but nothing worked in front of the workshop technician who believed firmly that any product which is made in Dubai or in UAE must have a recycled product into it. So this behavior study was not done properly, or it was done but was not taken into account properly. So henceforth, it is very important that whatever behavior study is being done needs to be taken care, needs to be adopted, and accordingly you need to develop your business strategies.
Great. So let's move on to our final question. You said you're coming for her.
So we have a change in the top position.
Peggy also went.
But the difference is
second
only
position.
14 points, so very close.
Yeah. Okay. So final question decides the top 3. What impact might a small improvement in customer service responsiveness have on customer loyalty? I'll move quickly. Who are the top 3? Good job.
All
now,
right.
before you see the leaderboard, let's share something about this too.
Time, I have 5 minutes, okay? So I'll share a story which is not related to the business world, but a personal story. I used to go to a grocery store for so many years in Jeddah to buy the vegetables and the fresh fruits. For a couple of years, I've been going there. Then a new shop got opened next to it. And what this guy he basically called, so I said, okay, there's a lot of traffic going on in the older shop, let me go and try the new shop. I went there, picked up all the things, and then immediately he called one of his person that, okay, please help him to take the bags to the car. And I said, my car is just next door, I mean, hardly 5 steps. But he still insisted. So this, he was not doing to me only, but it was being done to every customer. And I, from going to that 2 years or 3 years of my business association with that shop, I certainly moved to this one. Why? A small step of over customer service. Is it over or not? I don't know. But yes, there was an extra customer service, which basically changed me from this shop to the older shop, to the newer shop. So such practices, we can learn from these grocery stores as well, these unorganized trade, and then implement those policies into our business trade as well.
So now let's see the leaderboard. Rob, did you make it or not? Third position.
Third position is Mobility.
Oh, what a
Come on.
twist.
Rob, is second.
Joanne,
And
is
the
it
leader.
you? Or is it Peggy? Peggy!
This is wonderful.
What a twist.
Can you
What a
all
twist.
step in? Rob,
we have-
Peggy, just for a second.
Who is Mobility?
Mobility, come on.
Yes.
Can you all step in for a second? And we have some gifts. Anam, can you hold over the gifts?
Thank you. So, second position is coming first on stage. Rob, please have the honors. Rob, come here.
Who was the second one? Mobility.
Thank you. Okay, let's have third one. So, what's your name?
Sam, okay.
Okay, congratulations, Sam.
Congratulations.
He's a hidden treasure. Nobody knew he was coming.
Thank you.
And finally, Peggy. From third to second to first in the last round. Brilliant.
The last question made the difference.
Good job.
Thank you.
So since we have 3 minutes left, let's do an interactive session. Let's take their stories now. We presented our stories. And I would need somebody to pass the mic if you have your stories ready.
A small move that you have done in your career, in your jobs, in your business, which has resulted into the revenue increase.
Okay, who? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Talia, go for it.
See, for me, I was working with a 9-to-5 job. Everybody was, when I got into the field of media, everybody was like, you need to make a trend-setting TikTok or, whatever is happening, same dances, same whatever is in that time. But for me, what I was not into it. I like to be exclusive. I would like to be unique. I don't want to do what everybody, yes. Which in this beginning, it was very difficult for me. It was not a good thing because I was not known a bit. But in a long run, I feel that made me exclusive. That's the reason, because everybody is used to seeing all the dances, the followers. They like to have an exclusive person to present a brand, which is not known. So I think that was the move which I made, which I think it's not beneficial for everybody, but it worked for me, that I didn't do what everybody was doing, which made it exclusive, that the brands would like to come ahead and go ahead with me. So
Yeah.
I think that's the change.
Just to summarize, it was a personal small move that
Yes.
turned into a USP for you, where
Yes.
brands approached you
Yeah.
to do more
Yeah,
business,
yes.
to be unique. Okay.
Great.
So be unique. That's what I would say.
Thank you for sharing,
Thank
Talia.
Who
Now we
else?
have you. Okay.
Who's next?
BN Cafe.
Okay.
BNP Cafe.
Hello, hi, I'm Jennifer, the
Hi, Jennifer.
entrepreneur, BNP Cafe. I just want to top what you said earlier, Anham, about the comment that you had with the customer. To be honest with you, in our cafe, I am new in F&B. okay? I am working in advertising company, but on the field of F&B, I am very new, just 10 months, okay?
Okay.
But with the positive, with the comment of every customer who's coming in and who's coming out, I'm taking it as a positive criticism. And with your friends around you who's giving you a comment and points, actually it helps a lot. And I can say that I'm ready now to go more on this F&B. And actually one of those giving comment in a positive way is John Rico. she is the #1 customer of F&B, and because she's on that field, she's really giving me points to points on how I will improve. And I'm welcoming it. I'm not getting angry with customers who's giving me those points. I'm taking it in a next level to improve and to be better. That's all.
Yeah, and
Great.
this is what brings customer loyalty. When even if I feel that a brand or a company is giving that much, importance to my feedback, and you don't have to take every feedback, but if you don't take any feedback, you cannot take your business anywhere. So thank you for sharing, Jennifer. Anybody else?
Nice.
Oh yeah, let's have a round of applause. So who else? Yes.
Hello, good morning again. It's me, Orda. I'm going to share a little story background, something. Although I'm a nurse, but majority of my exposure is into multi-level marketing. So I was literally trained by top multi-level marketers in my country, in the Philippines. So before I moved in my company, my previous company as a medical instructor and training coordinator, the training division is about to be dissolved. And I found out that division was given only 3 months to give revenue to our company. And I cannot, for a woman, I'm quite, I like to prove something that everything is possible. So the word that I said to my manager is, no, this division is not going down without a fight. Wow. And lo and behold, applied what I've learned previously as a multi-level marketer, on networking, something like that, I started reaching out from the other department. Because for me, before we go outside, I have to make sure that the different department believes that we exist. Yes. They need to see us, that we exist. So I started, building relationship. I go to there and extend something like, give a little note, positive note, and start. So they start noticing us, that this division exists. And from the 1 month, it was 10. Second month, it was 15. And the third month, our revenue became 50, 50,000 dirhams for a very small training that is just 2 of us. Now, from the company rating of 2.3 something, now we're almost 5-star rating in that training.
Wow.
Because of the positive notes that I used to give, the candies. I don't even ask for the company to give me extra money, but I buy it in my own pocket, put in the counter, and I said, before you get the candy, you must get something positive note first.
Wow.
So it matters, it really matters, it was noticed.
It is a great example that you shared, because this is not just for business owners. Even if you work in a business and you work like that is your business, and you make the moves and dedication that you showed, like a dying company, and you raised it up with sometimes it takes a small push to make it happen. And this is a brilliant example. Thank you so much for sharing.
You can go in Google, by the way, you can see
that. I mean, we should all clap for this. Come on, this is the least we can do. Yeah, thank you. So our time is up, and thank you for sharing your stories, for participating. It was just a reiteration and reinforcement of how small moves are important. Our case studies, your stories, they fit to the subject. We all relate to it. And now we can take questions from your side. If you have any questions, confusions that you want to bring to the room, not to the table.
I guess his time is up, and they have to do a recognition session.
Yeah,
so we'll have one-to-one session.
They're hungry.
And what we'll do is we'll wrap up with summarizing that for last 3 days we've been talking about AI, ChatGPT, and metaverse and whatnot, so high technological words. But the basic thing is that the marketing still has those roots of identifying the target audience, knowing your competition, customer behavior. All these three things are still very important, very relevant, and for that, we marketers are there. And those technologies can advance basically the approach, but at the end of the day, the roots remains the same. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you so much.